Today we will see the for loop. Before going to see the for loop, I'm going to discuss the range data structure. Some little concept of range data structure. Range data structure gives the gives the sequence of numbers in the sequence of numbers from start to end minus 1 using step value. Using step value. We're going to range start end minus 1 and step. This is the syntax of the range function. The function. If you give the range of 10, it will gives like 0 to 9 increment of 1 increment, like every increment, like it will takes like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. That's all up to 9. If you take 1 to 2 1 to 10, it will starts from 1 onwards, ends to 9 increment of 1. It is this like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Range of, if you give 1 to like this, like 5 to 50, in place of you can give the step also. I'm giving the step is 5. It will give like 5 to 49 increment of 5. Like it will start from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That's all. It stops from 45. If you give range of, I'm taking that range from 1, 0 to 10, or 10 to 0. I'm taking that backward direction. If you give the minus 1, it will give us 10 starts from 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, up to 1. It will take from backward direction. 10 to 1 increment of 1. If you take range of 10 to 0 increment of 2, 10 to 1 increment of 2, it will like 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. That's all, 2 only. Like this it will print. If we will see the one of the another in the programming, if you want to give, we are taking print only range of 0 to, like if you take first 10 means it will print that 10. CLS Python test.py. It will give that range of 10 comma sorry, 0 comma 10 like this. If you want that data also print of list of range 0 comma 10 we can take range of 10 comma 0 comma 10. It will is the data 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. This is the data. Take this one 1 to 10. I'm giving as 1 comma 10. This one also I'm changing 1 comma 10. Python test.py range of 1 comma 10. 10 it will printing a sequence with increment of 1. If you see the next like 5 comma 50 comma 5 increment. If you want to take 2 increment also I will take 1 to 10. I'm leaving this one and adding the 2 here. Adding the 2 here. It will print like 1 comma 3 comma like odd numbers it will print. Python test.py. It will giving range of 1 comma 10 comma 2. If you want to list of range of like 1 comma 10 comma 2, it will give print the 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7 comma 9, like it will print that odd numbers. If you want even numbers means you can take 0 to 10 increment of 2. 0 to 10 increment of 2. 2 0 comma 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8 is the values of the even numbers. We will see 5 comma 50 comma 5 increment 5 comma 50 comma with 5 increment 5 comma 50 comma with 5 increment 5 comma 10 comma 15 comma 20 comma 25 comma 30 comma 35 comma up to that 45 it stops. If you give instead of 50 you can give 51, it will consider that 50 is the value. It will consider that 50 is the value like this. We will see decrement also. This is the ascending order. This 3 are. This is the descending order. I think I not saved that any examples. I will save this one. Save this one. If you take decrement also 10 comma, I'm making this as a 0. This one take this as a -1 instead of 1. This one also 10 comma 0 comma -1. If you want decrement, you can give the step value instead of the positive. You have to give that minuses like negative. Python test.py like it will giving like 10 9 8 7 6 like 1 up to 1. If you want to print 2 like 2 10 8 6 4 2 like this. Like this we can do. If you want, I'm taking from 50 to making this one is a -1. I'm making this one is a 5. Same like this one also, -1. This one is a -5. I'm coming from the backward direction from 50 to 0, but with a 5 decrement. 50, 45, 40, 35, like this 0. If you take 0 means 0 is the uh, here index. It will print up to the 5 only. Up to the 5 only. Like this it will act. Save this one. Same examples we have did with the increment and decrement. We will see that for loop. When we use the for loop means if you know the destination or ending point, in that case, we have to use that recommended way. We have to use that for loop. If we know, if we know the or destination or end point, then we can use the for loop. Hmm. What is a loop? Loop is a execution of execution of some statements repetitively or multiple times. Loop is a execution of some statements or some group of statements multiple times or repetitive times. We will see that loop syntax. And write this one as after range function loop for loop. Syntax of for loop. For per index or item. You can call this as a for each also, for each loop. For item in, we have to use must and should in operator. For item means sequence. Sequence means here you can take any sequence type, iterative type. Like we will see that some sequences like after sequence you have to give must and should some tab space or two or three two or three spaces. Then you have to start writing the statements here like this. If you want statements, another statements also you can write like this. We will see the sequences, what type of sequences we can use in the here, like here. Here we can use string, also we can use uh, range, we have discussed range also we can use. List we did not discussed. We will see in the later classes. Tuple we can take, dictionary also we can take, or we can take set also, frozen set also. If you have any data, any sequence which you have that like it will make that iterative case, you can take that one as a sequence. Here we will see the string and range. With the string with the range, how that loop for each loop or for loop is executed. Frozen set. There are n number of, there are like thing like some other data structures also there, but I don't. Uh, I know some data structures only that like recently regularly using that data structures only. I know that's why I'm telling that frozen set I will use and the set I will use frozen set I will not use, but set I will use, dictionary I will use, tuple and range I will use, and the list also use, and the string also we will use in every cases. In this we will see. For I'm going to take first str string I will take Python. If you want Python, if you want each and every element of the Python from Python, if you want like P, I want A, Y, I want T, I want H, I want O, I want N, I want like that. I want like this. If you want like this, you have to use element, like you can call as element, you can call anything, this you can take this one as element or item, you can call as like you can call as IE, like E also you can call. I will call as element in str. If you want, give the tab spaces, all spaces, two spaces, print of element. If you want to execute, try to execute this one, Python test.py. P Y H T H O N. We got like this. If you don't want this, like if you want after one after another, you have to use that end function. By default, end function is slash n. If you want to change, if you execute like this, it will give the same output only. See, same output, no change there. If you want to use the print one after another, you can give space also, you can give Python P space Y space T space H space O space N, like this we are getting. If you want comma, comma also, if you want comma also, P comma space some given that space also, Y comma space P comma space, like this we are printing. If you remove this last also you are getting. If you want to remove, like there is a condition you have to apply. How that uh, we will see in the form of range function, range function, starting range, length function we have to use length of str. We will discuss this one after. First we will have to see, I'm giving that instead of Python I'm giving Java programming language or programming, Java programming. For element in str, I'm giving one, two spaces, print element. If you want to print that str also, we can print. There is a no problem. J Java, A Java, like this we can print. We are getting the space also, including that every element like space also it takes as one character. Every character is printing. If you remove that and you can use that and also space I'm giving by default, we are getting Java programming like this. Save this example. Next function is next is for loop in element or index. Int of range. I'm taking 10 is the range of 10. Print one, two spaces I'm taking. If you take this int it will take that from 0 to 10. We know that range is taken from the by default 0 to 10. 0 to 9, 10 minus 1, we can take 0 to 9. If you try to print, this will give 0, comma, 9, 1, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like up to 9 it will give. You can take like this also, can print side by also, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this also you can print. Hmm. We are going to by instead of writing statically, if you take length of, I'm going to take first one string Python programming. I will write this length in here or not in length of str. I'm going to print the int. If you try to print, you will get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that up to 17. It will give that so how many characters present in the str up to it will consider. If you instead of want like this, we know that indexing concept we can take str of ind. We got the same output. Previously, we have used this one. We are taking each element from that str. Instead of using that one also, we can use that range also. Here, if you want index number also, IND, we can take one small string between that index number and string character. We are getting like this. If you don't want this, that end, it will looks like nice. Python test that like it will is a like space. We have given Python space programming, that is the space. We are like instead of doing like this, we can format also, format of int comma int comma str of int str of first column. Here we are taking that. It looks like nice. CLS Python test.py. We got that str of 0 position P, like this we are getting 0 position P, str of 1 position Y, str of 2 position T, like this we are getting. Copy this one and save that example. If you don't want this, we can start from the 2 also. I'm going to start from the T. If you take that 2 is, it will start from the T onwards up to the length. And test.t, it will start from the T onwards. Like if you want like uh, two, like increment two elements. Increment two, like every. Now, before, I have to show that first output also. This one is the first output. If you try to change this one to don't just that by. This one is the like increment to output like this. E-O space like R G A like this we are getting. If you want me to print reverse direction, I'm printing up to -1. I'm taking up to like GNIMMARGORP like this reverse direction. If you want to print like that, also we can print in the index out of range. Okay, it will start from the length -1 16 onwards. If you take like this GN from we have to use that Python print of str of a. We will consider that with this output with that one. CLS Python programming. We are taking GNIMMARGORP like this. We are taking copy this one. We are doing with a lot more things in future. Uh, I'm going to explain the transfer statements also with the str of. If you're going to take, uh, there is a, we will write here transfer statements. Transfer statements like it transfer statements means it will terminate and it will make that stop that one iteration. There is a two statements are like break statement. Second one is continue statement. This break statement is going to terminate entire loop. If continue statements, it going to stop current iteration, current iteration, not loop, entire loop, not stop. Only that current iteration of after the continue statement, what statements are there, it will makes the statements ignore or not executable. We will see that. We will see here. For I in, if yes, in it's like we can take instead of in, can take that meaningful element. Like element, if element equals to, I'm going to take this one as a wo. If I get that wo, I'm going to break the entire loop. Like otherwise, I'm going to print that element. if Python test.py after that h then we got that o. If you want to give if you want to give the message also we can give print. uh, I have received received element as wo. I'm stopping that. I'm stopping. I'm stopping the iteration. Complete loop or complete loop. You can take complete loop. You can give like this that meaningful messages also. Yeah, we got this message also. I have received element as wo. I'm stopping that complete loop. Like this, we can stop. You can give any condition. Without giving you condition, you can make that break means it will break that first onwards. If you, without giving that any condition, if you take that break, only break, why you are getting that here warning like ever is unindented amount does not match previous indented. Like if you take like break here, we have to take the statement also here onwards. If you take here, we can take from here onwards. Like indentation, we have to follow the clear cut indentation. Break. If you take break like this, Python programming, like it is getting from this print statement. We take, we did not. That loop is terminated. If you give that break after one iteration, like after printf, it will print one element, at least one element, and stops that. We will see. We got the Python P, like not Python. We got the Python letter first P. We got like this. We can take inside condition or element equal to if you want to give m, I'm giving after I'm stop with m letter. If you if you give a printer that first m is printed, after that printing that m, after printing m, it will stop that like next iteration or onwards it will stop. We will see one output also. Python like I got one program. We got that meaningful message. If you want to give that end also, you can give. We got that nice in that. We removed enter. Like Python program, we removed that this one. Like it will like it will stop and terminated that. We will see continue. So continue only stops, not stops. It will stops only that current iteration only, not stop entire loop. You will see that one also. Sorry, I'm going to take this printf after this one. Like instead of break, I'm going to continue. I'm making continue. I'm making continue, but instead of uh, I'm going to take the P as a element that I got P, I'm not going to execute the statement after the P. I'm going to makes that only execute with except p, I'm going to execute any statement, like any statement in the string or sequence. Like that I'm making Python test.py. I'm making like uh, Python like instead of p, I got that Python. Here getting programming. I got that Python programming. Python programming. If you take one more like M, I'm going to take like we got Python, but instead of programming in that MM programming, I got that this MM I did not got that in I got. Like this, we can play with that continue also. We can do a lot more things with. There is a one. There is a one code I have seen that. We will go with break only. We will go with break. If you want to take one element like this, why I'm going to take a D. I'm going to take mm, Python test.py. Like I got that Python programming, but I want to show some message. Why I did not terminate it from the program. I like there is an element with compared with D. There is no D element in that D element in the Python programming. That's why we want to give some message like that we have executed the loop successfully. We want to give that message. If you want to give that message, we want to give that message only that only in the case of only successful. In the case of like break, we don't want to give that message. In that case, if you give like this, like loop executed, like for loop executed successfully. If you give like this, like this, it will giving that we can take there is after loop also we can take the small print. We got that Python programming for loop executed successfully. If you take one statement like one the element that it is present in the this one present in the like y, if you take p, I did not execute after y there is y, we that second in the for second statement only we got by that loop is terminated, but for loop executed successfully we got that message. How we got that? After loop we have given that statement like for loop executed statement, but we don't want like this. We want only that only when the for loop is executed successfully, only that in that case we there is a statement like there is a statement like else else statement. If you give loop executed successfully, if you give message, in this case that else block is executed only the break is not executed. That when the break is not hit like that, it will not goes to this if block. It will not execute the break if that the loop is not going to execute the break statement. In that case, we will if that like that else statement invoked or like executed. That else statement got executed or invoked. That if that break statement is hit like executed like it terminate like loop is terminated got terminated, that else statement don't want to get in executed. Why we want loop is executed successfully, loop is does not executed successfully. We will see this one. P. We did not got this one. We did not got the message like loop is executed successfully. If you execute this one, like if you did not got into the, if there is a D. D is not there in the Python programming. Like in that case, like Python programming, loop executed successfully. If you want to, we will use that some statements like slash and it will clear and the Python tester. Python programming loop executed successfully. In this case, we have to get that. That's why the only that else statement is executed. We will do lot more things using this for an else statement. In the real time, there is a lot more things in the data science and Python like web development. Any field we can do, take. We can do lot more things we using this for like else. If your data is collected, like if you in what case if you take one if you be executing one data in the data uh, in the data is successfully executed like successfully changed in that case we are going to write some message loop executed like data is came from that successfully or we can take any message in that like data got successfully in that case. If we got any error or any break statement, any termination, if we got any termination, in that case, uh, that else block is does not exist. Why? That the loop is terminated. If we will see that continue also. We will see continue also. First, we will see the big D only. I think it is not work with continue. We will see this one also. Python programming loop executed successfully. Why? Because of loop will execute. Loop loop is not going to terminate in this case. We will see with one like n and we got executed loop executed successfully. In this case, I got this one point. In this case, loop is not terminating. Loop is getting executing. Only that current statement only that execute. Only that stopping after that continue after that remaining statements are executing nicely only. That's why that else statement executed even though continue. Only that break statement only. If a break statement when that invoked and when it is executed, in this case only loop it got loop like else block is does not execute. Look that break statement not executed, that else block is executed. We can take this else block with while also same case. You can practice with while. We will see if you want me to show me that file also, I will show. Uh, I'm going to take one number called 10. While I'm initialize one number here, I'm going to take a lot more things. Initialization while I in less than a number or less than equal to number. If I going to mm, I'm going to take if I equal to I'm got 4 or 5 column. This one is I'm going to break this loop. When we got it, when we got that I is equals to 5, we are going to break that loop. I'm incrementing this I is equals to I plus 1. I'm printing that every I. Or after printing also we can print. Like, we can increment that here. If you take like this, we are going to get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only up to after 5 increment, not going to print. It will terminating that loop. In this case, we can take that else block. If you we will see without else also print while loop executed successfully. executed successfully. Successfully. You will see once again. Python .py. While loop executed successfully. In this case also we are getting, if you take instead of here, I'm taking this level. In this case also we are getting while loop execute successfully. We don't want that. We don't want that in this case. You can make this one as, you can take after else block. In this case, we got that while loop executed successfully in this case. If you take like 5, when the 5 is got that, we did not get into right message. While loop is executed successfully. Why we have make that statement into that else block. In that else block, we got that if the break statement hit means that else block does not execute. If the break statement does not execute means that else block will execute. There is a case like that. You will write some concept also if you want means. Note, break statement is executed else block with for else or while else block, else block in the uh, break statement is executed in case of for else or while else block is not executed, not will not execute. Else block is will not execute. Break statement is executed in case of for else or while else block is not executed. That's all, friends. We have seen that nice examples today. We have seen that for loop. We have seen that range data structures, some small concept. If you want to me say, we want to. I'm going to explain this range function in the data structures also once again in the clear cut. We have seen small examples with range. After we are going to have seen that for loop or for each loop, we have seen that sequences, like what sequences we can use with for each loop, string range, list tuple, and dictionary set, frozen set, like this. We have did that for loop with str and range also. If you in that later sessions, we have to see the we can see with list and tuple and everyday structures. Transfer statements, we have seen that break and continue, how that break and the break statement we got executed, and the break state if you break statement execution, what happens, like continue statement execution, what happened, we have seen that nice concept like else, like for with else and for with like in other programming languages we have seen that if else and if and else, like we have seen. But in this Python is advantage that we can go with for while else and for else. And content you have like, please like and subscribe my channel.